All right, great Sunday morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Cesar Escoto Jr. with Manufacturing Home Sales Mastery, and we're in with our 15 minutes mastery Sunday recharge edition. Once again, hope you had a great week and that you are ending the week off strong. Sundays we come in just like every other day to get you some information, inspiration, and motivation to get you started off on the right foot. Sundays we like to talk about what happened during the week that was, what's going to happen great in the week ahead, right? So today we're talking about speed of execution, executing at a high rate of speed, and why it is that you need to execute even faster, whether you're in manufactured home sales, any type of sales, or whether you're running a business. Speed of execution is critical. Alec Gohl, who is the CEO of Drivetrain, says it is the speed of execution that matters, because if you are on the right track, your speed of execution will take you far, far ahead of your competition. And that is where you want to be. You want to be far ahead of your competition, right? You want to be far ahead of those that are doing the same thing that you. And what it's going to take to do that is the speed of execution. Executing at a high rate of speed when you've got an idea, or if you're in manufacturing home sales, everything is laid out for you already, right? What you need to be doing and what you should be saying and what you need to be executing on. And you just need to get in there and go after it and make it happen and do it at a high rate of speed. Because there's a phrase also that says money loves speed, right? You want to know why high performers within the same organization or within the same type do a lot better than most people. It's not because they're doing hard work. Everybody could be doing hard work. It's just their speed of execution. That's the key element. That's the differentiator. Okay. It's being able to grab a hold of an idea and put it into action immediately, put it into action with urgency, taking advantage of the opportunities with decisiveness and being efficient. That's what it's all about. You hear us talk about efficiency all the time. That's what we're working with folks, is to help you become more effective and more efficient, working with urgency, but also understanding why you're doing that, right? Now, what exactly does speed of execution entail? What makes it up, right? Well, first of all, it's about prioritizing your task. We all know you've got a million things to do. That's life, right? But it's about knowing what's urgent and what needs to be acted upon immediately, and making those decisions quickly, swiftly, avoiding overanalysis. Too many people try and think of everything through every different angle because they're trying to avoid that, just having anything and everything go wrong. And you just can't do that. That's not reality. It doesn't happen. There's always going to be problems. So just make a decision and go. I tell everybody on my team, right? Make a decision. If it's the wrong one, we will fix it. We'll fix it. But trusting your expertise, and even if you're starting off fresh and new, just trust yourself. All right. As long as your decisions that you're making are ethical and moral, don't worry about it. If you made the wrong one, you went left when you should have gone right, we'll fix it. But just make decisions swiftly, because that'll help you avoid procrastination. Too many of us get caught up in procrastination. I used to be one of those people who procrastinated about everything. Right now, it just seems that the decisions I have to put off are the decisions that involve money when we're low on money right now, right? We're building a company a year and a half in. Sometimes we don't have the funds. We need to do certain things that I would love to be able to do. Believe me, if I had the funds, I had the resources to make it happen, man, we'd be just blowing and going. But I've got to take those things in steps, right? But not procrastinating is so very important. So don't delay those tasks for later. Oh, I'll get to it later on. No, just get it done now, right? And then what I just mentioned about earlier, when you're doing that, right, having those resources, you got to make sure that you're being efficient in using those resources that you have, whether it's your GMs, whether it's your sales managers, people that are in your office that have been longer than you have. Use those resources, get them to share what they know. Believe me, most people are good-hearted people. Most people are going to tell you what it's going to take to be successful, what it's going to take to handle that situation that you're in. They're truly there wanting to help you make it better, right? But that's what it takes, using those resources that you have. If you're starting off a business, what do you have available to you? How can you, what relationships, What insight do you have that will help you? Right. But most importantly, you got to make sure when you're doing all of this that you are doing it in a manner that you're going to maintain that momentum. You start getting in this rhythm of decisions and execution and getting wins. You've got to keep it up. Right now, most people will start thinking, oh my gosh, it's not uncommon. Here comes the holiday season. It's going to slow down. People are going to get concerned, or they're going to get wrapped up with Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and whatnot. And so you start telling yourself all of these things and you start letting your foot off the gas. But here's the thing. Then when you start letting your foot off the gas, what also happens? The bank account starts to get filled up slower, right? You need to make sure that you're maintaining your momentum even through this holiday season. So how can you do that? How is it that you can maintain momentum? You've got Halloween coming up next month, man. That's where you're going. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year, right? And everything else in between there. So you've got to make sure that you're operating at a high level that's going to keep that momentum building and going. It's right now, the middle of September 15th today is the right time, is the perfect time. Today, when you take some time to think through what you're doing this week, is to think through, how can I continue the momentum? How can I build momentum right now so that it carries me through these next 3 to 4 months? Believe me, I've been on that the last 4 weeks, trying to think that through. Right. And so that's what we're doing. But it's, again, that speed of execution, that just making decisions and going and moving forward. Is it scary? Heck yes, it's scary. Anything worth doing is going to be nerve-wracking. All right. But also check this out. You can't be reckless. It doesn't mean that to be reckless. You've got to be deliberate. You got to be purposeful. Right. And there cannot be a lag of time in between these decisions, but your decisions should be towards the mission and the purpose that you're after. Whether you're selling homes or you're starting a business or running a business, it all needs to be in line. So what are the benefits then? You guys, I'm sure know, but we're going to run through some of these benefits of speed of execution. One, you're taking advantage of all the opportunities that come across your way. Right? When you act quickly, when you respond quickly, when you move fast, when you're being effective, when you're being efficient, you miss less opportunities. You're taking advantage of those opportunities. You're building confidence in your customers when they feel that you are moving, when they're getting that constant communication from you, that things are progressing, or when you're working at moving that potential deal forward, they feel your confidence. And so you're building confidence in them. You increase productivity. You get a lot more done during these times. You don't lose that momentum that we were talking about. And most importantly, you're able to adapt to the market changes. When you're constantly in motion, when you're constantly moving forward and making those decisions and being effective, when things change in the market, maybe there's a change in interest rates, like what's coming up, right? Price changes. There's the backlog at the factory is longer than what it has been. All of those things, you're able to pivot and adjust to those markets when you're moving. But when you're not being effective, you're just being procrastinating and everything, you get affected even harder. You folks are the ones that get affected even harder. Believe me, I've been through it. I know exactly what that feels like. So that's why I'm telling you, I'm coming in here. I'm telling you, I have not always been this way. And I see the importance of it. And you need to execute daily. You need to keep moving and pushing forward. So what are the 5 best ways to improve your execution? All right, we're going to run down this list. First and foremost, you got to master prioritization. Master how to prioritize your tasks based on the urgency and the importance of the tasks, right? And that's also going to help you develop decisiveness, making decisions and going forward. Like I said before, if it's the wrong decision, we'll fix it. We'll get it adjusted and we'll keep moving on. Automate and streamline your processes. How do things work within your business? How do things work within your location as far as home sales, if that's what you're doing? Automate and streamline the processes. Make them as efficient as possible. That's what it's all about. With efficiency comes speed. break your tasks into actionable steps. Hey, today I've got to get this accomplished. So in order to get this accomplished, what are the steps that I need to take in order to make that happen? And take those steps. Don't just put the list together and do one step. Take the task completion. Get that task done out of the way so you can forget it and move on. But break it into steps, knock out those steps. Believe me, this past week I was in Tyler, Texas, Mobile Home Masters. And on Tuesday, I was working with one of the guys and we did his deal review. He had 8 deals in his pipeline that needed to get pushed forward. And so we wrote everything out that needed to get done. By the time we got to about the 5th deal, even myself, I was getting worn out. I could feel myself losing focus. And I had to rein it back in, get focused, and just attack the steps one by one. And that's why I told this guy, look, it took us a little over 2 hours to get all these things done on these 8 files, but now they're done. You're out of your way. Now imagine if you did this each and every day. When you took a file, you won't have 8 stacking up where you got to spend 2 to 3 hours to just knock these things out. Really, your deal, pushing your pipeline on a daily basis should be no more than 30, 45 minutes worth of work. And then you're off marketing, selling, and just doing the fun stuff. But it takes breaking these things down into steps and then getting them done. Take the task to completion, get that file out of your way and move on. And lastly, learn to eliminate distractions. Don't let the scrolling get in your way. Don't get online and start looking at all these memes and whatever it is that you let your time go by on. Get the work done and move on. The quicker you're done, the quicker you're out. Eliminate distractions, move forward. And this, my friends, will help you execute at a much higher rate of speed, and you'll be able to get things done. And you'll see the progress and you'll see the success, and you'll just keep achieving more and more and more. And that's what we want for you. So take a look at what worked well this past week and what didn't. Why didn't? What did you do that did not allow you to execute at the highest level? Because it comes down to you. Don't be pointing fingers. Even if people were distracting you, you allowed those distractions. You allowed them. You allowed them to come into your office, sit down and start talking, you chit-chatting. Next thing you know, it's 30, 45 minutes. And then you lost all desire to even get that work done. So you didn't know how to do it tomorrow. So take a look at the week. What went well, what didn't, make adjustments, and what are you going to attack this week? I know what we're attacking. We're attacking the airport. We're getting out in flight to tomorrow morning. Got to be at the airport by 3:30. Be on a flight to Atlanta, Georgia, because we're going to be out there at Seco 24. We'll be booths 66 and 67. So if you, my friends, are going to be at Seco, come on by and see us right there. Booths 66 and 67 will be, so that we can get you the information on what it is that Manufactured Home Sales Mastery is doing for everyone within the manufactured home community space, how we're helping companies like ELS and Cobblestone and Mission P Capital and Suncrest Capital improve their sales, improve their performance, revenues, profits, everything from 157% to 300%. Did you know that our clients are seeing anywhere between 157 to 200% increase in their first 30 to 45 days after doing the training classes with us? It's because, 1, they're great people. 2, our programs are great. Not going to lie. Our programs are freaking fantastic. And then next, it has everything to do with the follow-up and the execution. We stick with you. Our programs go beyond the class. And you can find out more details. Come on by and visit the team. There are going to be 4 of us there, booth 66 and 67, where we're going to be taking your life, your business, your career to a whole new level. So come on out and see us if you're out at Seco. And if not, just reach out to us, manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com. That's where you'll find us. LinkedIn, Instagram, everywhere. We're on all platforms. All right. So you guys get on out there, plan out your week, make things happen. And if there's a way that we can help you here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery, believe it, we will do it. You guys have a great Sunday. And as always,